Address you in less lawyer's terms because there are a few of us here. We've managed to last out to the last week of the holidays, really, but finally we've got hit today with everybody being on holiday. But there are 16 of us. Let's make it vibrate as if there were more. So, an intimate meeting. I'm Nathan Squire. I'm your meeting chairman, and I will get you through the meeting however it's ended. Leadership team, how many are you around? Please be understandable. Well, the leadership team show an example. Fire away.
Hello everybody, Jane Mallion, membership committee.
What about Paul?
Oh,
Morning all, Paul Corrigan, I'm a social secretary. And yeah, here's that banner.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Terry, I deal with membership and recruitment.
Morning guys, Ben, your education coordinator.
And morning, Scott, your meeting secretary, keeper of stats, and as a face of lunch.
Thank you. It made the room feels fuller already. Please sit down. Right. Let's get on to the meeting then. The performance league is always first, so Scott, take it away.
Well, Performance League, 3 weeks recorded in August so far. Last one today. There's really nothing that we can do to change what's going on here. Let me read you out the top few places, and there's cavernous gap just between the top 3. So third place, 254 points. Stuart Smallcombe. Well done, Stu, for putting in 6 months at once and getting terrific. It's all good. But there we go. Perry, 353. That's him in second. 353. Well, it's smashed them all month. But not this month. Paul Corrigan. 299 points so far. 529 points.
is that a record?
That is a record, and we've still got this week's to Now, I'm just going to make him all blush, but actually, the reason Paul's at the top is because he's done everything right this month. He's invited a visitor, he has recorded lots of business, he's had other people thanking the business has given, he has meeting one-to-ones and socials and commented on the blog and done delivery team. So basically that's ticking every box. Done properly. Congratulations for that. I'll pass them around. The rest of you.
Well done, Paul. Thank you very much, Scott. Let's move on. Education presentation, Ben.
Thank you very much. We're going to head straight over today because in for a treat with none other than Toby Captain.
Okay, we're going to talk about networking today. When you meet somebody, when you network, can I have a volunteer, please?
Thank you, Paul.
So imagine I've just meeting Paul for the first time at a networking meeting. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Nice to meet you. I'm Paul. What do you do? What do you put people?
I'm an accountant.
I didn't ask what you are. I asked what you do. So, and that's the thing, and that is how most people answer. When you ask them what they do, they actually answer what they can sit down. It's about differentiating yourself, about making yourself stand out. People want to know what you do. They want to know what value you can bring to them. They want to know what difference you can potentially make in their life or the lives of people they might refer you to. What do you make happen? What do you make go away for them? You know, what emotional desires or emotional pains do you deal with for them? Basically, what do they get from you? So my advice is always to include an element of your value proposition in your initial introduction when somebody says, so what do you do? So I mean, a lot of you will know that one of mine is I help, what did I say? I I help business owners become wealthy fast, but not wealthy bastards. Okay, I can live with that. So it needs to be something succinct. And also, you need to tweak their nosy buttons a bit, as I call it. You need to get them asking, oh, tell me more. 3 most powerful words in business are tell me more. So when somebody says, well, how do you do that, or tell me more, they're listening, they're opening their ears, and they want to know more from you. So it's really good to be able to do that. So what difference do you make in people's lives? What are you going to change about them? What can you potentially do for people that they refer you to? So like I said, tweak their nosy buttons, be a little bit ambiguous, so that they're curious, they want to know more. Tweak their nosy buttons. So shall we go again?
Yeah, why not?
So what do you do?
I help people reduce tax and also help them with their worries and troubles with keep in and accountants.
Fantastic, excellent.
So
It's almost like a plan. And the thing to remember is that people, if they're talking about you or referring you to people, they don't talk about you for 60 seconds to people, do they? They talk about you for 10 to 15 seconds maximum. They're going to talk about you for 10 to 15 words. So if you can have that little introduction down to 10 to 15 words, I've got mine down to 7. I help business owners become wealthy faster. You can get it down to that. It really helps. Then it's going to stick in people's minds. So, does anybody get any of that? Terry?
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm telling Lady, I see anyone, almost anyone, but almost anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I like that. I said there's definitely a legal caveat. Leanne, for example, okay, one for your turn, Pinterest envy into real rooms people love to live in. Jane, I make gift giving easy with handles that make people smile and drool. You like it? Yeah. Stuart, actually came on with one for you just now. This is a slightly different approach. You know how when businesses' IT systems go down, it costs them money? Stop that happening. How do you do that? You want people to say, how do you do that? Tell me more. Scott, what we got for Scott? Oh yeah, I saw websites, hiding in the dark, get them found online. Sarah, I give you back time by handling the stuff you hate doing. Or for HR, I came up with one with an HR client years ago. What was it? Oh God, it's so memorable. I have the difficult conversations with your staff that you don't want to have. Things like that. Mike, I make the news that stop people scrolling and start them buying. I help people get back inside when they get locked out. So just a few succinct words that are going to stick in people's minds that when they're talking about you, when they're referring you, they can pretty much repeat word for word. So keep it short, keep it snappy, talk about what you do, not what you are. Okay, very good.
Thank you very much, Toby. It's as if you knew how to help people improve their business, really. But yeah, thank you for that. Now, before we get into the 60 seconds, Terry, membership matters.
Yeah.
You have some.
I do. Yeah, pass on the box around, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Car box, car box, just a thought. So that's the car box right now.
Yeah, normally I don't do that just before the 60 seconds. Carry on.
Yeah, a few things. We've got a couple of renewals, which are always exciting, and the membership committee chairperson is dealing with those, aren't you?
Definitely.
One in hand and one to come. Also, some of you might know Sally, well, the membership committee will. Sally applied to join, and her membership was finally approved, but the last of the references yesterday, thank you, Paul. So that's been approved, so she'll be with us shortly, which is great. Sally, fragrant Sally, I'm not sure what they're strapped on to, I'm sure. And then Corey, some of you will remember him, some of you won't. Corey has had difficulties attending for reasons that I'm not permitted to go into in depth, but they're to do with his full-time job. So I spoke to him and his wife yesterday because they are a family business and said, look, you know, we need you here. And the plan is for Mrs. Corey to come along. She's going to start coming along. Really forgive me, I can never remember her name. Mrs. Corey. She's going to come along and maybe one other family member. It is a family business. But certainly Mrs. Corey himself can't come along. Certainly can't see it on camera and can't be mentioned. So he won't be coming along because we're too good with the socials. We've got him into trouble. LinkedIn and videos and stuff. Anyway, the business is still going. They're still looking for referrals, and Mrs. Corey will be along soon, and other members of the business. So which is great. No.
That's Terry. Give me lots of things that log, but I will not mention. Right, let's move on. We move on to the first page, which is the 60-second round. You want a chance to
Remembering, of course,
yes, that's what it is. Right. Well, you know what it is. You know what we're doing. I'm normally at the stage, but it's ahead of the game. We've sent the business card box round. We've got that bits of paper for you to stick in there, so keep that moving. Yes, this week, your 60 seconds themed. Tell us about nicknames. As part of what is included, and indeed, the Oscar will not be available to anybody who doesn't make some sort of reference to nicknames. And the person who really needs to know that is the lady in there, is Sarah, and she has stood in for Catherine, who won the Oscar last week, and she'll be judging the 60 seconds that you all produce. Now, from that point of view, and as usual, she will start the round off so that she's got time to deal with the rest of it. Yes. Now, that's introduced our new Oscar winner, who will start it off. Ben is the bellman, and after 50 seconds, and after 60, when you hear the second, if you finish it, why not? Right, so maintaining our intimate theme. Sarah, you go first, followed by John.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sarah Smith, Orbital Assistant Services. So, my nickname in my favourite job was Smithy. Probably not that imaginative, but I loved it. I hadn't watched Gavin and Stacey then, so I wasn't too offended by any references to. Well, it turned out to be my favourite character anyway, so it's fine. That was my nickname, but my unofficial job title was Secret Weapon, and not as I misremembered yesterday, Dirty Little Secret. That was something. So anyway, I'm going to read you my testimonial from my boss that I worked for there. We ran the real estate division at a national law firm, which was worth £64 million when we finished with it. She wrote to me, she said, Sarah is more than an assistant. She has an innate understanding that she is an extension of you. So what your team and clients experience from her is a reflection of you. You cannot attach a value to that. She was my rock, managing every aspect of my day, overseas travel and transactional work. She always made my life easier and gave me more time to focus on my business. She really is one in a million, and I couldn't have done it without her. So if you want that, you know where I am. Sarah Smith, Orbital Assistant Services.
Thank you very much, Sarah. John, you're next, and you're followed by Paul.
So I can get a few more before me, so I can figure out to get my nickname into my talk. Hi everyone, my name's John. I'm a locksmith. My nickname when I first started in the police was Boy, and that was purely because I was the baby on the team. So I was only 22. I think the rest of the team were much older, so that was how I started. But that also means I've got a lot of experience in the security field. And one of the services that I offer, and the many services that I offer, is doing security assessments for domestic commercial properties. I offer an extensive survey of the properties where I can list any risk factors and any ways affordable that can obviously heighten the security of those properties. And also I come from a background where I used to go to a lot of burglaries, and I used to see how people got in, so I thought that unique selling point. Yeah, so obviously if anybody wants to secure their houses, especially if we're coming up to the darker nights, then obviously let me know and I can come around and have a look. John from Lockbit. Thank you.
John, finally spelling the thought with the police lack imagination. John Boy.
John Boy.
Right. Next, sorry, we're Paul. You're followed by Clara.
Morning all, Corrigan from Solitaire, meetings. I'm asking for a different type of referral this week. I wonder if you knew of any plumbing and heating engineers that fancy a job. Put them our way, whether it's subcontractors or ideally employed. But yeah, if I fancy a new role, new opportunity, then yeah, please put them our way. With regards to nicknames, I've been known many names. Obviously, Tall Paul, as you all know me here. I prefer Cool Paul. My engineers call me Big Sean. Sean the Paul. Yeah, they all call me Big Sean. My family call me Paulie. My dad used to call me Paulie Tustard when I was little, and then my horrible brother changed it to Paulie Poopy Pants. That seems to have stuck. Yeah, I've never proved myself. Thanks, it doesn't work this week.
Congratulations on facing reality that most of us probably weren't when we were.
Yeah, that's it. I'll bring it on.
Thanks, Paul. Anybody there calling? Next up is Clara. She's followed by Mike.
Morning, Clara down to Mortgages and Financial Services. My nicknames are very, very dull. I get Clars a lot, it's imaginative. And other than that, when I was a little girl, I was called Clara Bow by my mother, which obviously I'm sure I'm very much like Clara Bow. But yes, so mortgages, kind of linking back to sort of the childhood aspect of things, I've been helping a childhood friend recently to try and secure her mortgage, which looked like it was going to be so simple. And then there was a little bit of a credit history flip for her partner, which we've had to work through, with several lenders saying no, which is never my favourite response. Well, they said yes, but they wouldn't lend what you needed, so equivalent to a no. But we finally managed to find a lender that was comfortable with the circumstances and would lend them exactly what they wanted. So very happy to be taking them on. So if you know anyone who it may not be quite straightforward, but they need a solution, bring them to me and I'll see what I can do. So it's Clara down to Mortgages and Financial Services.
Mike, and you're next, and you're followed by Ben.
Morning everyone, Mike from Records Media. I'll say, John, I'm a little bit disappointed with the police there. I thought they would have done better than that. Yeah, I've got a few various jobs. When I was working in France, we had a tall skinny mic and a short fat mic, and they decided it was out of order to call it short fat mic, so I became Stretch. So I stretched for the first row, and then all my years of trigger work, initially I was called Guns because I had really skinny arms, so that was which then became Wurzel Gunnage, which then became Wurzel. So I was Wurzel for quite a long while. Yeah, I haven't got one for video work yet, so you can go crazy with that. Anyway, you will know who I am here, so I capture photos and videos for businesses. That's Mike of Records Media. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Ben, you're next, and you're followed by Nick.
So I'm quite lucky because I say my nickname every week anyway. So good morning, guys. My name is Ben Golding. No, Ben from the warehouse, and I help people to save money on their essential household utilities. So the October price cap has been announced. With the Ofcom price cap being revealed yesterday, we are moving fast to help support people. We have launched a limited price plunge tariff, not to get my teeth in for that, a new low fixed tariff designed to beat the cap. And that's the cap at the moment, not what the cap is going up to. However, once it's gone, so grab it while you can, and this will only be around for a few days. So I'm looking to help people to get ahead and prepare for winter early this year with our awesome fixed energy, great value broadband, marvellous mobile deals, and cashback on all their shopping. I have an option for everybody. So it's not just me shouting about it. Uswitch are now recommending us, being the UW being the Which recommended provider for Energy 2025. Your customers are in safe hands. So what are you waiting for? Put me in touch with your friends, family, neighbours and colleagues ASAP so I can help them save money with the UK's cheapest, most trusted and most recommended utility company. That's Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse.
Thanks, Ben. Right, Stuart, you're next. I'm sorry, Nick, you're next, followed by Stuart.
Well, good morning, my name is Nick. I have been called Nick the Bean before now, but my nickname is Nick. That's quite straightforward. Well, on to the matter in hand this morning. As we all know, water levels are at an all-time low. In our reservoirs and our streams and our rivers, the ground is dry, very dry. Very, very dry indeed. This, of course, is not great news for homeowners, especially those who live in the southeast and Essex and London in particular, because this is where our houses are built on clay. So I'm talking about subsidence. I don't like to use the word, but it's there. I generally refer to it as the S word, but it is subsidence. I know this for a fact because I'm getting so many calls at the moment from people who are very concerned about cracks that have suddenly appeared in the last few weeks. So if you know anyone who is concerned about some crack damage that they've suddenly become aware of, and they want to talk to someone about how best they can deal with it, get them to call me, and I'll do my best to have a very friendly chat with them and guide them through the process of resolving in structural damage. Well, I'm Nick. Right now I'm a subsidence specialist.
Thank you. Nick. Stuart, you're followed by Scott.
Good morning, everybody. Smokes from LG Networks. I'm most common. I actually have two nicknames, so most people know me as Smokes. I've got a group of social group of friends. I used to work with a bank, and 25 years ago I was Smokey, and I'm still Smokey to that particular group of people. So I have two nicknames. But a bit like Paul said, I was actually going to stand up and ask for help with recruitment today. It's been incredibly busy, and we need IT support engineers, probably two actually. Ideally, what we'd like is someone to come in with a bit of experience. Maybe they've held a job at an IT company, they're looking to move up to a higher level. And also, it'd be nice to bring somebody in at a very junior level as well, maybe an apprentice or somebody who's just left school or college, having done an IT course. So we're looking out for some help for that. So if you know anyone who might be interested in IT support work, then please put in touch with me. That's Smokes, aka Smokey. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Scott, you're followed by Leanne.
Good morning, everyone. Each week I introduce myself as Dot Scott from SEO. Dot Scott is a nickname I'm quite fond of. Actually, a couple of clients coined that many years ago, and it's sort of come out and become part of my sort of personal brand, which I'll come on to in a minute. Scott became Scoot, became Scooter, and that's the one that winds me up. But I do actually have two of my own emoji for Scooter. My friends think it's hilarious, and that's my name. That's why I'm here for a bit, but there we go. That's that one. But personal brand. How many of you own StuartSmorton.com, PaulBooth.com, ScottRivers.com? You know, JaneMallion.co.uk is purchased and active. But do you have your own brand registered? What about your kids? That's a very dull Christmas present, but you could secure that personal identity to use for email addresses, to use for CVs, for anything like that, or even .spot.co.uk as an extension of your business. However, whatever you want to do, can help you out with that extra brand.
Next up, Leanne, you're followed by two.
Right, good morning, everybody. I am Sonic from Brooklyn Interiors. Now, I had my hair cut, it was very long, and I had it cut really short and spiky, and they just thought I looked like Sonic the Hedgehog. So, but then I stood there, the reason for this is I went out my comfort zone and had my hair cut. So that's how I approach interior design as well. So when my clients want to step out of their comfort zone, I can help them, and I can guide them to create that elevated and personal home that they desire. So think of it as stepping into a new way of living. So whether you're renovating one room or a whole home, I bring that sonic energy to help them make that leap. So I turn Pinterest envy into build rooms people will love living in. And that's Sonic with Brooklyn Interiors.
followed by Toby then. He will be followed by Toby.
It's funny you mentioned hair because my nickname used to be Curly. Believe it or not, that's sort of disappeared over the years, along with my hair. One that sort of stuck with me for years and still is used by people is Toblerone. And I love Toblerone, as you can see. So anyway, it's totally unrelated to my 60 seconds. I went to the Notting Hill Carnival at the weekend, on Monday. Not by design, but by accident. We've sort of in Paddington and literally got swept up in the crowd. We noticed there were lots of police around, lots of people, and we literally followed the crowd. And it was amazing, actually. I couldn't believe at the age of 50-something, and friends who I was with were in their 60s, none of us had been to the Notting Hill Carnival. Really enjoyed it. Sights, sounds, smells. Particularly some of the smells. Taste, food, fantastic. Just great atmosphere. So if you've never been, then go. But it's sort of related. It's no metaphor. But yeah, I encourage people to think about the fact they're building their business to build themselves a life that they want to do all the things that they want to do, and the things that you didn't even know that you wanted to do, like getting to the Notting Hill Carnival. So that's it.
Maintaining my own privileges, but I take you can give a box of chips or slightly more slightly by a knife.
I got that. It was actually didn't didn't feel like that at all. It was really great. Loved it.
We went there and came out alive. Brilliant. Terry, you're next. And you're followed by Paul Liu.
Thanks, Ed. Good morning, everybody. Terry Mailing from TM Law, aka LTEL. It's a bit of an odd story, and I can't tell you the whole story for obvious reasons, but it's connected with my debt collection work and a certain Spanish timeshare complex. That's all I can say, because social and all that sort of thing. But LTEL, I don't mind that. It's quite good. My little emoji, by the way, is like, the one with the dark glasses. Anyway, that's what I do. Amongst other things, I do debt collection work. I'm very good at it, I hope to think. And if the money's there, I'll have a good go at getting it back. So, send anyone you know my way. LTEL, TM Law.
Thank you, sir. Paul, you're followed by James.
Good morning, everyone. Paul here from Essex Business Forum, and I help people celebrate and commemorate life's big milestones, which does include naming and renaming ceremonies. I've got a number of points. I was christened Paul. I was named Paul shortly after I was born. But as soon as I got home from hospital, down to school, I called a friend my whole. Since I was 11, anybody who knows me through scouting knows me as the name Mackie, which is a surname. Interestingly, I met my wife through scouting, so she calls me Mackie, and there's now a group of friends outside of scouting that call me Mackie. I've got no desire to celebrate those names. I just live with them. My parents initially chose Paul, despite the fact that they decided they to call a friend. And so I've got no desire to have celebrations for those names. But if you have somebody new coming into your life, a baby, or you decide you want to change your name and you want to celebrate that fact, maybe you want to become Far and Bow, and celebrate that fact, or scooter or Paul Cooper. Then I am the person who can help you create a celebration to celebrate a name, because a name is something that lives with you forever, wherever you want it. Thank you.
I see the way this is going.
So one day we should change the
Paulie,
website.
not Paul.
So,
Paulie.
Get it right.
You could have a Cooper place, that's even harder.
right. Hopefully you'll try and get out of this unscathed. James, see what you can do.
Hello everybody. So what's in a name? I should know because I'm the ambassador for afternoon tea, and the debate over scone or scone rages on. If you want free publicity, ask the question, which is it, scone or scone? And you'll get tons and tons of people responding. Personally, I'm Jane Cassandra, which was fine until Only Fools came along, and the name Cassandra seemed to devalue somewhat, in my opinion. But in fact, all through childhood, I was Jamie Hair Oil, which was a cartoon character, Jamie Hair Oil. Of course, I'm Auntie Jane these days, but to my horror, when I traced my background, because I'm adopted, I found I'm not a Jane at all. I'm a Lorna Lynn. That was like, what? And I'm not British. I'm Canadian. Lorna Lynn from Canada. What's going on here? That's a bit of a brain throb. And my brother Michael, that I grew up with, he traced his background and found that his birth mother had gone on to have 6 further sons, one of whom she called Michael. So she has 7 sons, 2 of whom are called Michael. What is in a name? I ask you that. No idea.
Confused?
Exactly.
It's Michael T. Moore. I've been involved with a company, with a company recently, and people who are involved with companies, they could be a shareholder, they could be a director, they could be an employee, or they could be a consultant. You don't have to be all of them, and indeed they are separate and should be viewed separately. Shareholders can vote and can be directors. Directors can work for the company or not. They could be employed or they could be self-employed. They could be executive or non-executive directors. Employers will normally have a contract. Employees will normally have a contract of employment. But they could be self-employed as consultants. And if they're consultants but only work for the one employer, they could really be employed. Confused?
Yeah.
Right, what you need is a lawyer. Don't do it yourself. Come to me. And as far as nicknames are concerned, we went through a stage at school where we gave our names backwards. So my friend Jeff Parkinson was called his Mardigraph. Mine was Nadia Ariux, which was Greek to me. I'll move on from there. And the moving on will be Paul.
Yeah, I had lots of nicknames, too many to mention, but one of them early on was I used to drink snake wine. And being an accountant, I was called Adam. And then there was a derivative moved on from that. We used to go to the pub quite a lot, and after sort of 7 or 8 pints, I hadn't been to the gents, so that derived onto Bladder. And that's some people still call me that. Anyway, moving on to the proper 60 seconds. Capital gains tax. I had a client, they got a letter from HMRC to say they hadn't disclosed a capital gain in 23-24. Because what they did was they bought a house for their mother, but it was in their name. HMRC found out. So that we managed to get hopefully their capital gains tax liability from about 32k to about 6k. So not a bad result. So that's probably nice tax. That's not work.
Paul, thank you very much indeed. That's it. We come to the end of a very enjoyable 60 seconds round. And Sarah will be first after that.
Will I? Okay. Well, as always, it's always fun here, isn't it? So that was a bit of a trip down memory lane for me, really. We had Wurzel from Wurzel Gummidge, which I found a little bit terrifying when I was growing up. Actually, and lucky, so that's amazing. We had El Tel, obviously. Terry Venables was probably the most influential manager when I was growing up, so that was nice to remember all of those years. We had John Boy from the Waltons, I remember that being on a Sunday, and Sonic the Hedgehog, which was one of my favourites. Many a wasted hour of my tea playing that. But obviously, there's only one winner. Commend the most vulnerable ones, but Paulie Poo. What should I say? Paulie Poo is why I really did it with him. Only one winner.
Thank you very much indeed, Sarah. And there was a Radio Essex DJ who they called Brentwood now, I think. But yeah, not really yours. Right. Moving on means moving on to the Music Secretary's report. Scott.
I'm not going to stand up. Got some terrific amount of referrals today, but as we said, great month, more than £100,000 shared so far this month. It's been us all so far.
Thank you, Scott. Right. Well, that leads us straight into the 10-minute presentation.
Put your hands together, Paul Corrigan. Thanks, Paul. Yes, as you know, my name's Paul Corrigan. I work for Solitaire. Solitaire Plumbing legally, but we're a group now. We pretty much a one-stop shop. Yeah, we can pretty much do everything. I can literally just stand here and talk about plumbing and heating, and it's just really boring. I'll be honest. You name a plumbing job, we do it. Domestic, commercial. We do all fuels, renewable, oil, LPG, natural gas. You name it, we do it. So I just thought I won't bore you. So I'm going to show you some pictures of me growing up. But some of my accreditations, we've got a few more, but they're on the post. And at the bottom are we need these accreditations to actually do the work. Gas safe, obviously, don't have to do gas. And LPG. REC is renewable energy, which you have to be MCS registered to register renewable energy products like air source heat pumps, ground source heat pumps. Optech is your oil, and F-gas is your air conditioning. So there you go. Right, so let's just take you through some pictures. There you go. So this is me there. This is my brother Richard, and that's Thomas. Richard's Tom, now they're older. There's me there, in the middle. My brother's head's cut off there, but there's Rich. I just want to show you that I used to be blonde, and that's going to lead me to something later on. Yeah. I'll forget art style. Is my daughter really my daughter? Just that's brilliant. These are two wonderful people I've had in my life, and I'm so grateful for them. My granddad, that's my mum's dad. If I could be half the man he was, genuinely, I'll be a lucky man, and so are my kids. And that's my mum's mum. My great nan, yeah. She was actually become a great nan with my children. And she was a great nan, you know. So I lost my mum when I was 12. I lost my mum's mum when I was about 3. So she, genuinely, I think she stayed alive for the rest of it. She was perfect. Very lucky to have them. These were our holidays growing up. We didn't really go abroad. We did, you know, later on, but our holidays, and the best holidays I remember were caravan holidays. Havens, we used to go to Butlins, Pontins, I mean, honestly, we used to go to Pontins for 2 weeks. But it was brilliant. That's my dad, Tom. There's my wonderful mum, Linda. And there's, my 3 brothers. And again, because we were a bit of an East End family, we were an East End family, my nan and granddad used to come with us everywhere. Big granddad in a little caravan. There you go. Yeah, mum and her boys. We often used to dress the same, as you can see from the bottom picture. But this is probably Scagness or something from one of the beaches. Yeah, it's certainly not winking, the sun's in our eyes, but yeah. It's pretty self-explanatory, that is. There you go. Proof we don't always wear the same clothes. These are me and my 2 brothers. There's Rich there. Tom. Yeah, Tom, which me, wedding, and yeah, after 1 too many red wines, but look better at the bottom there. We are really close, me and my brothers. Yeah, I'm very grateful for them. Yeah, it's a long review. But I was a proper mummy boy. I can't even lie. I was her favourite. She was obvious. And yeah, she was my favourite, you know. So. There you go, another one. I didn't want to go on this boat trip. And you can probably tell, next picture. There you go, Ponce's my mum. Well, all of this. That was one of the last pictures that we had as a family, so yeah. Here we go. And then I haven't got many photos after that, unfortunately, but that was my first job. I was about 16. I was 16. That was at Goss Components. I was an apprentice toolmaker. There's me there. Yeah, there's a scumbag Arsenal fan back there. Yeah, I'm still mates with him actually. Yeah,
So that was an interesting job, I must admit. I was a bit of a mess at that time in my life. I didn't really have any ambition, any drive. So my family thought, I don't know, I think the forces would be good for me. So they sent me to the Royal Air Force. And this is me, literally 18 and about 2 weeks old. And that's the only picture I have of me in the Air Force. I was taken with like a little Polaroid camera. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I went in there feeling very sorry for myself, a bit of a scumbag. And I'll tell you what, sob stories you see in there, and I thought, I ain't really got a bad life. So I come out of that, and later on that year, I met Caroline. This has taken a few years later, but this was actually last Thursday was my anniversary. 21 years, yeah. Me and Caroline there. That was a stop at that video watching. Yeah. Oh, let's show you some pictures of my kids. Here you go. This is this is the Pippa's first day at school. She's 13 now. I'm a horrible teenager. And that's Emma's last year of school. They actually had a whole year of school together. There's Ivy, a little blondie. Yeah, so, this is Ivy's first day at secondary school. Ivy is now just under 6 foot tall. Yeah, he's under that. Emma's 19 now, she's proper 6, like blonde hair, like stuff in her lips, and just like my it's centre of pain. We've got stained toilet seats, and nightmare. She's a lovely girl. There you go. It's my wife's family. There's my wife there. This my daughter Emma was in Copenhagen, I think, Denmark. At the time, so my sister-in-law's a publisher, and she's done a couple cut out, but there's Pippa, and then there's Ivy. This is Veronica, Caroline's mum, and this is the legend that is Bob. Genuinely, I knew him since I was 18, and he has been superb, and yeah, he's made me into the man I am today, I'm sure of it. It's his one. Here you go. Yes. You probably me and the kids. This is Christmas Eve, my birthday. At our house. So, yeah, and when I first started Solitaire, my wife went part-time teaching as well on a Thursday and Friday. So I used to do school runs, and then I used to have Pippa on Thursday and Friday when I first started Solitaire. And we got busier and busier and busier. So she used to come with me everywhere. And we used to go plumbers merchants, that's why she's got a city plumbing hat on that. She used to come with me to customers' houses. We've got like pictures of her watching kids' TV, like fixing boilers and stuff. And yeah, we used to often Danny's Day care, we call it, so spend loads of money on it. But yeah, genuinely, that was such a lovely, I've done that for about a year, and I loved it. But you just got too busy, like you can do it anymore. This next one I'm not very proud of. I forced my kids. I said, stop being wussies, and I was like really strict. I said, make sure you're coming on this ride. This is the road in South End. I don't see how terrified I am. It's terrified animals. But yeah, I'm not very proud of that. I had a great time. There you go, a couple of pictures of me and Caroline. We've had our issues, but she is quite glad. This is us on holiday. This is us in St Mary's Bay, where we've got our bungalow. Just go down to the beach, have a barbecue. This seems to be a thing. And then, so I'll start the one too many, as you can probably tell at the bottom there. That seems to be a thing. My one from Dog Willie. She's 14 when she died. It was 2018. I genuinely wish I could have my life with her again. I'll spoil it. She was awesome, wasn't it? Amazing how much she does. Some more pictures of family. This is a festival with my wife, that's Emma there. Rich and Richard's daughter, Beth. After my mum passed, I got quite close to my mum's brother, Dave. And and Michael's my cousin, we're like brothers. That's Michael. And it's proof that not all, A lot of people have to be related. These are my friends. This is skiing in Norway, cross-country skiing. Genuinely love the drinking, love the games, but I hated the skiing. Won't do it again. But yeah, it was a great experience with great friends. And the next picture is proof that my family's growing bigger. This is how's the name looking?
Hey.
Oh, wait.
That's they should take him attention. So, yeah, my mum died. How long was that? That's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Oh, right. Literally a couple of pictures, if that's all right. Yeah. My mum died in 1994. 20 years passed, and we've done a charity ride to Paris. I'll flick through these quick, but basically we raised £11,000 from the Brentwood charity. We made it in, that's the Malden Burn Gazette. We made it front page of the Chinglish Times. But yeah, that was the picture. That's my brother there, my mother brother. That's my cousin Chris, cousin Michael, Rich, yeah, Tom, me. With my bike. And that was the tickets we were selling. We've done a charity night and yeah, raised loads of money. This is a bit of training with my brother, me and Lauren. Yeah, this is actually the trip to Paris. Our first day in Liverpool Street, and the other picture there is the ferry ride to Vienna from Newhaven. And then 30 years, which was last year, me and my brother cycled to Houston, got a train to Brussels, and then cycled back from Brussels. And what an experience. There you go, job done. And this is my team. It's our 10th anniversary, so thank you for listening.
Thank you very much indeed for questions. It's a further referral for you as well. I called you during the week for a block sick. A couple of bottles of Mr. Muscle down in nothing, plunged it, nothing. What about next? Other than call you. What are you going to do when you come to the house? Help.
I can't tell you what secrets, mate. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not there. Might have to get access point or
Yeah, well, we keep getting bombarded at home with adverts for air source heat pumps. And that's what you've got going on for blah, blah, blah. It's worth doing that or is it too much?
Oh, honestly, I think they're brilliant. Yeah, yeah. You've got to keep the heat inside the house, ideally. If you've got like single glazed windows and you live in a grade 1 listed property, you can still have one, but you still get the grant. But yeah, any heat that it generates will just get lost. So for one, you've got you can insulate the walls, insulate the loft. You might need to get some bigger rats, but honestly, they work perfect. They are so good. And if you can get some solar panels and batteries, it's free, pretty much free heat and free hot water. Apart from the initial hour.
On the subject of air conditioning, keeping rooms cool in the summer.
Yeah.
If you just draw the curtains, keep the sun out, that keeps the room quite cool. The stuffing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did in the old days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's not I haven't got air conditioning.
Well, I don't have air conditioning.
Yeah, my wife don't like air conditioning, so that's the hair. She, yes, well, I love air conditioning, but yeah, we just keep the windows open, keep the curtains shut.
It's just an observation.
You're entitled to do
it. Back to the actual heat pumps. How quick and easy is it to install?
It's normally about 4 days. 4 days work. Yeah, we've just had one accepted, which we're starting in a couple of weeks. We've got an electrician going around there. He's going to do. He's a part to a general building, but he's going to build the base. Because it's got to go on a steady base. It's got to have gravel for drainage because when they defrost, they literally pour out. Right? So yeah, so you've got to do that, and then yeah, we've got to run new supplies from the air source heat pump. The air source heat pump is literally just a boiler, but an outside boiler. That's what it is.
And what would be the cost after any sort of grant?
Good question. Yeah, I mean normally it's around £7.5 grand, including the grant. So yes, it's about 15 grand, and that includes like upgraded rads. But it's sort of roughly around that. Yeah, and there's no VAT either. The only issue is we can't get finance on it. I don't know why we're not allowed to get finance. I think it's because the solar panels, the solar scandal, like 20 odd years ago, Yeah. But yeah, I hope once you start getting finance and renewable energy, that'd be probably great. I think that'd be game changing. Yeah. That's it.
Well done, Paul. Thank you very much indeed. With regard to your nickname. See you, John.
Hi, John.
Good night, John.
Right. Yeah, the referral testimonials round. Paul, if you can do the running. Paul, if you can start it. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, well, always, nice to see the family, photos, all as one, very patient. So that was nice. Nice to history, going through the years as well. So thank you. Yeah, Phil Bedman, nice about, and thank you for Scott. Good evening.
Thank you, Toby, for your presentation. It's so true. It's always interesting in what you do first there. Here you are. Okay, that is something yeah. Nice to see Max and the people behind that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Paul, good family man.
That's it.
Family before business.
What? How many kids you got?
No, I've been told many times. Put your family before your business.
Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying. But how many?
We all do our best to do that, but sometimes you
Okay,
can't.
no, sorry, mate. Not much steak last night.
And Toby, great yes. I design steel beams. When they just walk past me, and go,
You make sure people's houses don't fall down.
That's too much of a mouthful. But Scott, I haven't given you a referral from the host of my website. Thank you. Thank you for that. And got one for Blake, who's not here, but he's given me some very good AI advice and he's going to do some work for me. And I'll see you next. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Very
It's
welcome.
really, really nice to see that. And Toby, thank you for your export and the little new tagline that I can use. And I'm going to go away and think of some more, see if I can come up with a new one every time. But that's lovely. I just went to Jane's signature meeting, which was really fun last week. We had a good laugh about personal services. And that's it from me. Have a lovely week, everybody. It's really good to see you all.
Tony, for your slot. It's made from notes. Put it into practice. Brilliant attendance. So we're really always interested to see somebody's backstory and how they got to where they are.
Thanks, man.
Never didn't know you were in the military inside. I didn't know that he was very small. I've got a referral. Matt Owens not here today, and thank you for money to Alex number. Brilliant, thanks for that.
Yeah, excellent. Real family centric. That's which is wonderful. I love it. Well done. Thank you for the. It's not really good. And that is a fix me, please. Then. Yeah.
I think Ben might qualify getting the most referrals.
Yeah.
All for the same reason. Ben. I attended Jane's signature meeting, which was entertaining as always. And thank you for your 10 minutes, which was entertaining as always. So thank you very much. And yes, Toby, that was. I made a note of something here. And I reckon what I'm going to do is try and tweak the nosy button.
Tweak the nosy button.
Yes. And small but perfectly formed meeting.
Yeah, I'll put you in 10 minutes as well. It's funny enough, we were discussing that photo of us three on the way down actually. It's first thing we did about a good day.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. But no, it's really 10 minutes. Funny enough, I say, please do cabaret buttons and Copenhagen and
I probably saw you.
when I was there. Yeah. Yeah. But no, that was no, 76 there. That's really well done.
Yeah.
Got a, Toby, thank you very much for the education slot. That's right, absolutely great to asking people what they do there. And got a referral there for Mike, who's going to do some video for me. Got a one-to-one there and the synergy team meeting there with Mike as well. Actually, a pop-up one-to-one wasn't in the car there, so that's actually a pop-up one-to-one. Stuart, I know, I've got a friend who's a coder and IT developer, but he's out of work at the moment. So I don't know, I'll ask him if he does IT support or as well, and if he does, it might be worth linking you up, just have a chat. It might
Yeah,
be
we certainly have a
something
chat, yeah. We're not developed, we're not...
no, but I just thought I know he can do that, so if he's out of work, it might be something that goes in, so I might...
Yeah, it's quite a different field.
Okay, so I know nothing about it. Yeah. But, right, we'll have a chat anyway, and if it's worth it, I'll leave you on.
Okay.
Well, and wasn't Scooter one of the Muppets?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my favourite ones though. He was
Saved by the Bell, or was that Skeeter?
Screech.
Yeah, Screech.
Yeah, Screech.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, Screech.
Skeeter then.
Well, but beat me, see if I can keep
First of all, great excellent, Toby. Really enjoyed that, and yeah, we're playing on that we need to be better at saying what we do as opposed to just our industry is certainly sort of that. Really enjoyed that, mate. I had no idea using the RF. And yeah, I think I've met about half your immediate family now. I think you might have the first teenage daughter that hangs out with the dad and actually likes girls.
Because of our beer, that's
What have I got? I've got a referral for Corrigan, which is still out Neil's bits. Very much in contact with.
See him on Monday.
Ben. And Synergy and Ben. One-to-one and referral for the tariffs. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Yeah, great. Hear a little bit more and learn a little bit more about you and your family. It's really nice. I know we've talked kind of air source and all the rest of it. It's something I'd like to get to, but I think the recommendation from your guys was to get the solar panels in first, which would then give me the energy rating to then be able to get the grant for the air source kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, that's quite a lot of spend. So
I mean, you don't have to, but it's just obviously reduces your electric bills or something.
Yeah.
But
So,
no, you'd still get your grant without it. So.
They seem to think I wouldn't because my energy rating wasn't good enough.
My engineer said that.
I think so.
Yeah, I'll find out.
But yeah, all very interesting, kind of learning a bit more and understanding it all. So yeah, it's good. Great Ed slot. It's great to sort of get more sort of input there. And yeah, great meeting all round. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next week.
Excellent meeting, really good call. Misphonia, that's when you don't like hearing other people eating or breathing or snoring.
Yeah.
I've got a friend that absolutely hates hearing her husband snore. Hates hearing him breathe. Yeah.
I think that's called murder.
Yeah, but really good seeing all your background and that. I have got a hastily scribbled thank you for the synergy meeting to Jane. You have that. And also, are we doing referrals to Jane for Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a
We don't talk that's fine. And
send for next month, because this month.
yeah, it's no point, is there? Yeah. I'll say that next month. He's not here.
Great meeting. Thanks for my new tagline, Toby. Great presentation. Really good to hear about your family and everything. I've used you on a couple of projects, and I certainly wouldn't hesitate to recommend you to anybody else. My clients have been happy with your work and said how clean you guys are, how nice they are. So yeah, endorsement from there.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. Great meeting. See you next week.
Yeah, thanks for what everyone said. It's nice to see a story behind things. I really appreciate that sharing it with us. It's just helpful to know people's background. Isn't it? It's quite warm and fun. Like you. Being on tag on, isn't it?
Warm and spongy.
Thanks, Toby. We've got to find it, and it's true, when you're first introduced to someone, you can just switch them off by not telling them actually what you do. So. One for Jane, hand done. Fine, one is.
Oh, thank you.
There's more work off them, so another hand done. And then one, since you meeting with Jane last week, really good. I think good feedback, and then one for Paul. Thank you very much for Paul, Jane.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you. So Toby, I enjoyed that. Tell me more. I like it. Succinct and differentiation, very important. Paul, loved it. Not surprised you're a bit of a favourite with your mummy. I think you're a bit of a favourite with all of us.
Wow.
Very good. Very nice. You're very welcome. And I'll tell you about Sunday a bit more in the next section. Meanwhile, my B2C synergy meeting, and I had a one-to-one with Sally, Sally Waters, which was very interesting, very switched on young lady. Thank you. Yes.
Cool. Oh, cool. Very good insight. I've got no referrals this week, sorry to say, but thank you for this as well. It's always an honour, honestly. That's it.
Very good.
Well done, Paul. It's a winner with Meister.
So that was,
Who is from? Mike Zubenden.
I think it's got you.
I love my daughter.
Right. Paul, excellent. Thank you very much for your 10 minutes. Thank you very much for your thank you very much for drawing. Down so that I can now address the meeting, which has come to an end, or draws to an end. Thank you for all attending. I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting today, despite its small but intimate nature, and I thought it resonated that we were a smaller group. Next week, let's get back to our normal numbers. Before I close down, send you out into the sunshine. Has anybody got any announcements that they wish to make to the meeting? Scott, you go first, because I want Jane to finish it all.
Yeah, I said on the WhatsApp group, the ladies have done so many good social events. Always to catch up. I suggested we have a poker night. So I know not everybody is on WhatsApp. Poker night, my gaff, real money, lots of booze. There's about 7 or 8 of us confirmed so far. 10 is a max. Anyone based at poker night, Brentwood? 20th of September, I think, is the date. Then that would be wonderful. Bit of fun. Well, that's the one that has the lion's share of yeses. 20th of September.
I know why you're the other one that you
Thanks
yeah, well done, Scott. Yeah. Leah.
Just to remind everybody, Competency Synergy Group next week. So you're all welcome.
There we go. Jay, see us out on the way.
Thank you so much. So quickly first, if anybody's got a knowledge of somebody who lives in London would like to rent out a room to our son George, he's got a job at the Coliseum, English National Opera, but now he's got the problem of how to live in London. That's a separate matter. So this Sunday coming, and we're wondering if Mike and Toby will yet join in, not Toby, Mike and Ben, possibly so, we hope so. So if anybody doesn't know where we are, please let me know and I'll give you bespoke directions. Come hungry, we open from noon. Take into account that Blake will be there from 11 setting stuff up, so the food may be gone by 12:15. So don't leave it too late to arrive, but there'll be lots of choices, gluten-free for you. We're on the case, it'll be lovely. There may be showers, so bring an anorak. We won't let showers stop us exploding the garden into a million pieces with Blake's toys. And I've got out mini golf and all sorts of fun things. So and bring your own booze and bring a container because the garden's overflowing with blackberries. Come and raid them, take them away. Even persuade Roger to turn them into a crumble for you. So yes, looking forward to it. The more the merrier. Thank you, dears.
Oh, it's fine. Just one point. You
Yes.
mentioned booze. Are there non-alcoholic beverages available.
So we haven't included any. Obviously, you can raid our fridge, but the aim is for you to bring your own drinkies.
Right.
We'll have glasses, we'll have bottle openers, but if you forget, raid our fridge. Do I have any teas? The tea cabinet will be open. There's about 26 varieties. There's going to be a hot water, 90 fingers, tea and coffee available throughout.
And he's like bringing guns.
I think he's bringing everything.
Bringing everything.
Exploding things.
Exploding things.
Guns and smoke
There's more.
I'm expecting complaints from the neighbours. That will be a good sign.
Terry's volunteered to be target.
Regarding targets, I'm also bringing a pair of stocks.
Oh my God.
And a waterproof jacket for whoever goes into the stocks, but lots of wet sponges, so the aim specifically get laid in there and go for it, but we'll all have a temperature.
What?
We won't make it. You can stay with us, if that's what we all want to do.
Right, Jim, thank you very much for that. Yeah, well, we're all going to meet over there. But in the meantime, I'll send you on your way. Let's get you all back next week. Let's get more back next week. Let's have a big meeting. See you later.